Hey y'all, it's your girl Hippie Chick, and I'm here to do an herbalist video about rice water. So why do you want to use rice water? It is amazing for hair growth. There is actually an ancient Chinese village of women who used to rinse their hair or just use it as shampoo, whatever. Use rice water, and they literally are famous for growing their hair down to the floor. I don't want to butcher the name of this tribe, so I'm not going to say that. But this has been used for centuries, you guys. Literally, I think it was like 500 AD or something crazy like that. So yeah, it's definitely a trusted recipe. Other reasons why you want to do it: it helps split men's split ends. It adds proteins and amino acids to your hair. And just so you guys know, I'm also a cosmetologist. I will be licensed in about a week. I'm taking my state board. So I do have some actual education on this as well, just a heads up. But yeah, it's something I enjoy doing too. So what was I saying? Oh, right. So amino acids. So your hair is made of dead proteins, essentially, keratin. And so you oftentimes we can deplete this protein with chemical processes, heat styling, even too much sun, or if you're in the swimming pool, anything that breaks down the actual hair and the bonds in the hair is going to kill the protein that's in it. So you're gonna have to replenish that protein. And it may, literally, if your hair is frizzy or feeling really dull or unmanageable, honestly, too, if you have curls and your curls are just not curling, they're just it's what happened to my curls? Protein is what you need. So it does amazing things. It's really good and nourishing for your scalp, and it also does help your hair grow super long, super fast. I literally love this stuff, and it smells like rice, whatever. Also too, there are things that you can add to it, or different herbs or essential oils, and those will also help add to the benefits for your hair. So if you want to add some rosemary, right, that is going to help your hair grow quicker and thicker. Lavender helps add moisture and elasticity to the actual hair strand, and it makes it super soft and shiny as well. Tea tree oil is really good for your scalp, especially if your scalp is dry. I will say, if you use tea tree oil, use a very, very small amount, you guys. It is extremely potent, and especially if you're going to use it, we'll be diluting it. I don't usually use tea tree oil. I usually do fresh rosemary and dried rosemary and dried lavender and ginger is what I use. But please get creative and leave down in the comments what you guys tried it out with. I used to talk to some of my homegirls in cosmetology, and we would do this rice water and hey, get creative. It's fun, right? And it's good for your hair regardless. So there's that, and then right, so tea tree oil, make sure you dilute. If you use tea tree oil on your skin, also make sure that you dilute it with a carrier oil such as jojoba oil, avocado oil, sweet almond oil, even olive oil or coconut oil if you do put those on your skin. But be very sparing with tea tree oil. I used it because I had the tiniest zit. This was 2 years ago. And I literally had a rash on my face because I did not dilute it. So, I mean, yes, I have sensitive skin, but really keep that in mind. Just keep it in mind. And if you guys see me looking over here, it's because I have some notes. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. The Chinese village was the Heian, during the Heian period. Heian. If I butcher that, I'm super sorry, you guys. Yeah, so let's get right into it. Also, I love adding my lunar charged water. If you guys caught the last video I did about different things you can do on the full moon, I love adding that to it. Or just intent in general. Anything I put on my body, I usually put an intent into it because why not? You know? But you can definitely just do it as is. So grab yourself a jar, Sometimes I'll make 2 of them at a time. I generally do this, I wash my hair like twice a week, and I'll usually do this as a rinse when I wash my hair. I would also advise you can overdo it with protein, you guys. So when you start to feel your hair, it's funny because it will moisturize your hair, but if you do too much, your hair will start to break and it will sap the moisture out of your hair. And you'll understand what I mean. It takes a lot to get to that point, so don't freak out. Like, it's fine. Like, literally, you would have to be using it every day, not rinsing it, and, like, for a long period of time. So just, like, keep that in mind. But really, if you're doing it, like, a few times a week, you really don't have to worry about that ever. It's fine. So, yeah, grab yourself a jar. I usually do, like, 3 or 4 tablespoons of the rice. And then whatever herbs I want to use. So, like I was saying, rosemary, and really just like a tablespoon each of these herbs is plenty. You don't need much. Herbs are powerful, you guys. That's part of why I wanted to do this channel, just to educate people on herbs, because it's all natural or organic if you do go the organic route. But it's super simple things you can do, and they really work. Like, I know, like, a lot of people think that man-made medicine is better, and, like, I'm not really going to get into that because it's totally a personal preference. But there are a lot of ways to use herbs that can be super beneficial and not harm you, the environment, or anything like that, you know? So it's just food for thought. Also, jasmine is super good for softening the hair. Jasmine flowers. Boom. So I just added rosemary, lavender, ginger. I like to add 2, so why do I want to add ginger? You could I don't have any fresh ginger with me, but you could definitely, like, grate it. Just make sure it's, like, small particles. If you had fresh ginger, I used to do, like, apple cider vinegar rinses with fresh ginger and rosemary, and that was amazing. Like, super awesome. So that's definitely something to keep in mind too. Apple cider vinegar is a great way to rinse your hair. You could just use that, like a couple tablespoons in like a jar of water. Mix that up. You could add the herbs, not add the herbs. It just rebalances the pH of your scalp. Our scalp and skin is usually 4.5 to 5.5. That's the healthy range for the pH. And I know I'm getting really scientific here, but you want something that's going to be slightly acidic. So acidity is not bad, okay? So don't be scared of apple cider vinegar. It's totally cool. So if you have fresh ginger, do it. If not, I'm just going to use some ground ginger. I think I got it at Walmart. No big deal. Couple shakes, like, you know, maybe like a teaspoon, half a teaspoon. You don't need much, you guys. You really don't. And the ginger, what that's going to do is it improves circulation on the scalp, so it's going to increase hair growth. So all of these ingredients are just like magnifying the results we're going to get, right? So once we have everything in here, see all the herbs. Now, I usually fill it up. I'll leave a little room because y'all, like, even once it, like, we'll put it in the fridge, and then, like, I'll take it out, like, an hour before I shower, so it's not like, oh my god, that's so cold. But you know, rinsing your hair with cold water is good, but when it's that cold, it's, like, kind of unbearable, so, so I leave a little room, and when I'm in the shower, I'll get some of the hot water and, like, throw it in there, because it can be a little shocking, like, not gonna lie. So then we stir it up. Now, if you just wanted to use rice, okay, so rice too. White rice is usually what I use. Basmati rice is a good rice. You can get as bougie as you want with the rice. I have never used brown rice. I have seen some people online that did that. I think it does have a higher protein amount. But honestly, guys, like, you don't need more protein than what's in white rice, and you can find white rice anywhere. I mean, I guess you can find brown rice anywhere too, but whatever your preference is. Like, I have familiarity with using white rice, so I don't have any experience with the brown rice. I don't know about that. But anyway, once you're mixing this up, the water is going to become cloudy. And you really only need to mix for like 30 seconds. So once the water becomes cloudy, then you're good. I usually let it sit for At least 30 minutes. Honestly, sometimes a lot of the time I'll make this like the day before and then throw it in the fridge. If you have it sitting for more than like an hour, I'd probably just go ahead and pop it in the fridge. That way it stops the fermentation process, so you're not going to basically be pouring kombucha on your head. Like, which fermentation can be good because there's good bacteria and our bodies do need good bacteria. But for what we're doing, and you're putting it on your hair, you will smell the fermentation. It smells very strong and sour. So you like pop it in the fridge. It'll take like a few days for that to happen. But like I said, like it doesn't smell good. I've had it sit in the fridge for like, or I had it out for like a few days and then smelled it and I was like, there's no way I'm like putting this anywhere near my body. Like straight up. But anyhow, once you have this, you're good. I let it sit for like 30 minutes. Then what are we going to do? Strain it out because we're not going to pour a bunch of herbs and rice on our head. We're going to strain this out so we just have the liquid, okay? And then once you strain it, like I said, put a top on it, throw it in the fridge, and you can really leave it. I mean, always like smell it and see before you use it, but really you could leave it in there for like 4 or 5 days and it not start to ferment, and you should be fine. But like I said, smell it, see where it's at, you know, and just kind of go from there. But once you get in the shower, what you're going to do is you're going to shampoo, you're going to condition, and then rinse your conditioner, and then you're going to pour the rice water mixture over your head. You want to use all of it, get it in there, like really like make sure it's all in your scalp, all over your hair evenly. I mean, you know, this doesn't have to be like an elaborate process. Just be thorough, you guys. Like, come on, you know what to do. And so do that, and then I'll let it sit for 5 minutes, and I rinse it out. I know some people that don't rinse it out. You can do it as a leave-in treatment, and you're fine. Like, your hair's not going to start breaking off unless you're really being excessive with this rice water. I mean, like, very excessive, okay? Because we're diluting it and whatnot, so it's fine. So yeah, and then you're good. Like, you're good to go. You will totally feel a difference right away. Literally, my hair, after so much bleaching, when I started using rice water again, like, it literally was like my hair did a complete 180. It was totally crazy, and then was like totally manageable, and I didn't even need styling products. So just saying, this works hella good. It works after one use. I definitely recommend using the herbs, but you don't need to. Like, the rice water itself is very good. It gets the job done, you guys, and it's super good for your scalp. It's good for like everything your hair needs is in there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.